Hey, man, it's Monday. We're back with another episode of Keeping the Act. It's one of the hosts of Keeping the Act. It's Xander. I'm joined by all my co-hosts. I got Zavion on my right. I got Zavion on my right. I got Donovan on my left. I got Drew on the far left.
Appreciate it.
And then, yeah, we back with another episode of Keeping the Act for good reason. We back with another episode of Keeping the Act, man. We're going to talk a little bit of sports. We're going to talk some Invincible. It's going to be a good episode. If you're watching this video, man, do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and also Road to Glory episode 1 of season 2 is going to be out on Monday. Next Monday, make sure you tune into that. And yeah, let's start the episode with that. Zavion, he wanted to start. So go ahead, bro. Whatever you got.
I want to start that.
Okay. Oh, the Nico Iamaleava?
Whatever you want to go with, bro.
Any of them people, bro.
Well, as we do know, Nico is leaving Tennessee because they weren't going to give him a bag. I think he asked for like over $6 million from his other contract. He was guaranteed $10 million for 4 years, and he got the $2 million his first year.
He wanted $4 million annually.
Yeah.
I
mean, as for the state of NIL, it's all the NCAA's fault. It's all their fault.
Yeah, I'm saying, do we like it? Do we love it? Is there a problem with NIL? Is there a problem with the portal?
There was a problem with what he did. Who do you think you are?
Nah, genuinely though.
Genuinely.
Go get a bag. What you mean?
I mean, yeah, but
there's got to be.
You're gonna have to go find that somewhere else. You can't be snooping around.
He's a 5-star recruit. He can go play anywhere else.
And I heard that Dan Lanning's the one that told the head coach for Tennessee.
Tennessee is never gonna sniff a college pro.
Then again, if he believe in his skills enough to where he should be paid more, then he went for it. He didn't get it, but he went for it. You feel me? Like.
No, I mean, two things can be true at once. One, I'm happy that people get paid, and like he should be seeking money. At the end of the day, you should get money while you can get it. But also, the same thing can be true that you're not worth that. You need to realize that you are not worth that. You need to be realistic.
19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions,
and 7 of those touchdowns came in one game against Chattanooga.
What about rushing? Though?
He didn't have that many. He probably had like 5.
He thought he was better than what he was getting paid, bro.
Yeah, based on the way he played last year, he definitely isn't worth all that money. But I guess we're going off his potential for his next season.
No, like I'm not mad at it. Like go ahead and try to get the money while you can get it because like we know he could tear every ligament in his knee tomorrow. He could get into a bad car accident. Like you never know what can happen like in your life. He could never play football again.
This just shows the laziness of the NCAA, bro.
So honestly, go ahead and try to get the money while you can get it. But it's just like
putting in no regulations or no like criteria to where you can earn that amount of money besides like your high school career. It just allows players to have the freedom to go after any type of bag they want with any school.
No, there needs to be a cap. No,
there needs to be a cap on it, and there needs to be like you can't make over this salary in the NFL. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't be making more than NFL starting quarterbacks at any point. Ever.
They're not making more starters.
I know, but I'm just saying like there should be a cap.
Well, whatever the NFL like benchmark is, like say, especially for quarterbacks, say it's like a backup quarterback, they should get like, I don't know, say like 10-30% of that, like whatever you want for real. But like the age of like, especially, set it to where schools can only pay them a certain amount of money, but outside of schools, like brand deals and everything, you can make an unlimited amount of money. But schools themselves can only pay you a specific dollar amount.
Yeah, that's should have been obvious when they put in the regulation to even start NIL, but they didn't want to pay the kids from the start, and then they rushed it when they were forced to. So
because now you got players even in like college basketball. A lot of like James Harden got ASU. He like a GM for them. He's giving out NIL money. Max Crosby just signed for Eastern Michigan to help them get more players just from having money.
And you seen Terrence Mann was like, bro, you average 6 points a game. You're not worth $500K. It's the same thing. Like I said, like it's good that they're able to get their money. But like
there just has to be put in, like there has to be a criteria put in, bro, like for at least a scale, something.
Like I'm not mad at you for trying to get chicken, bro, but like don't ruin your career because you're trying to get chicken now. You got to think long term.
It's putting a scale in.
Look at that when you go to the NFL.
Yeah,
it's putting a scale in bad as well. Like putting like a scale on like kids. Like they're going to be kids at that point. Like
I mean, like we've known
on kids for sure.
Like we've known dudes have been getting paid. Like we know dudes have been getting paid since like the beginning of time. But it's like, you're able to go overboard. Like, because that's what I thought NIL was going to be. Like when it first dropped was just straight like brand deals or like your jersey sales. You get paid like revenue from your jersey sales, like stuff like that. I didn't think it was going to be straight like schools really getting a salary cap going. Like State spent like 20 mil. Oregon.
That's how it was when it started though, right? They started with just endorsements.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
Like bro. Discrediting that Chattanooga game, you dropped 12 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and you think you the best QB in college football, and you can just do whatever you want. You lost to Arkansas last year.
Didn't show no comp to State in the playoff.
First round exit.
Because if you want to get paid like you the best, then you got to play like the best. You can't go against State and get beat by 3 touchdowns and won $4 million, bro.
He was just so inaccurate last year.
Like, come on, man. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not saying he hates Nico or anything because this will probably be a real.
Is he a top 3 quarterback next year?
No.
Yes.
Who, Nico?
Yeah, he is.
He definitely is.
I don't think so.
Top
bro.
3?
I don't think
Who
you
won?
When you watch Tennessee, the only
I mean, you the way you was slandering Arch Manning, you don't even consider him top 3.
No,
so,
I
okay.
don't.
So then,
think,
what are the
I don't,
top 3?
I don't think you can put out a top 3
bro.
right now. If we're talking about purely people coming back, now we're talking about quarterbacks coming back to college football. Then Drew Allard would technically be the best quarterback in college.
Okay,
football.
but that's not top 3. Who's the other 2?
I don't have a
Carson Beck.
I don't have a top 3
Carson
for
Beck is
you
up there.
because the quarterback
Carson Beck, nobody care about that.
the ability for quarterbacks is so
behind,
uncertain
bro.
this year. I cannot give you a top 3. But if I'm going based off of last season, then Drew Allard's the number 1 quarterback in college football.
Give me Cade Klubnik before I take Arch Manning.
Yeah, it would be like Cade Klubnik, it would be Carson Beck, and it would be Drew Allard as the top 3 if we're going based off of dudes that have actually played football from last year. What's 2? Like we'll see what happens, but I'm not going to give you a top 3.
So I seen like a couple of his teams like USC, North Carolina. North Carolina with Nico. That's ball right there. That's a good spot for him. Because right now North Carolina doesn't have a top recruit.
But Bill not going for that.
Bill not going for that.
Not going for the
He not giving him $4 million. Bill would let him on the team because Bill has like a history of turning dudes that have big egos into like solid players or like bringing them back to their prime, like Randy Moss.
I just think if you're thinking about your career,
Asante
like you
Samuel.
want to become a great NFL player, you should go after the best
Yeah.
coaching staff.
Yeah, but Bill Belichick is not giving him $4 million. Bill Belichick will say,
I
"We'll
know,
give you."
but that's so dumb. Like,
Bill
why are we
Belichick-
going for $4 million?
Bill Belichick gonna say, "We'll give you $100K and a slap on the wrist. You better come hoop." Like that's what he like. They not giving him no money, bro.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not in that position, so I wouldn't understand. But just I would just choose the best opportunity
Yeah.
to learn football.
Yeah, no, I can say if I'm in that position and I'm a young dude and they say I can get $4 million, because we also got to realize like I don't even think like he himself is really seeking this money. It's people in his camp. It's his agent telling him, "Oh, the market like this, we can go get you $4 million right now." Because I'm telling you right now, no 19-year-old or 20, however old he is, playing college football, the first thing in their mind, if they really trying to go to the league, is, "Oh, Carson Beck make $4 million. I need that $4 million."
Yeah, and I think also like what was that the kid from Alabama State that died from getting hit in the head?
Yeah, Medrick Burnett Jr.
And that right there, because the NCAA is not going to protect you or provide money to your family for your death or even for your injuries. So trying to go get that bag for if they're letting you go get it, you might as well do
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Might as well go get all of it until they put a cap on.
And the way that they handle NIL and stuff like this, and like people being able to leave school so easily, is obviously going to shape like the way the NFL is nowadays. Because kids are going to come into the NFL with less development because they're going to seek money instead of actual coaching. So if they getting more money, but they're getting coached by nobodies, then they go into Kent State because the Kent State offering
that's
them
never
bag.
good. That's
That's not how it works.
I'm just
we need a better
exaggerating.
example. We need a better example.
I was just exaggerating, but
If
I'm
you
just
going
saying.
if you going to Florida to play football instead of like USC or something,
But yeah,
I don't know. I don't really know. It's weird.
say you like a quarterback or like Zay was saying about, you're like a quarterback and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Florida because Florida giving me $10 million."
Yeah.
But you got like places that really develop quarterbacks, like when it comes to like the Lincoln Rileys and stuff like that. Then it's like
Like when Chip Kelly was at UCLA, like you would probably want to go play with Chip
Yeah.
Kelly. But
I think
he's not going
because-
to give you a bag because UCLA doesn't have that amount of money to the football program.
Or like if you were a receiver and Ohio State right there, you the number 1 recruit in the country, but another school outbid them. Say you go to like Ole Miss.
I mean, I don't think wide receiver matters as much. What I was about to say was I think the positions that matter the most would be like offensive line, DB, and quarterback.
I was going to also mention this, like, obviously Nico didn't have a great season, but what if this happens with a player like Jeremiah Smith and he's asking for more money? Do you expect Ohio State just to give him the bag regardless of what the
He's gonna
amount
get
is?
it. Ohio State, whatever they will hand him a blank check, and whatever he put on there, they're gonna pay it. Let's be
So if he asks for $10 million a year, or I'll say this, $5 million a year.
they were trying to raise.
He might already be making that, bro.
They were trying to raise $30 million to pay Marvin Harrison for coming back for his senior year.
This is getting insane, bro.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, bro. But I love it. I love to see because they was making billions of dollars for decades off of these kids, bro.
Yeah, it's no problem.
They should finally be giving them the money.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, they give him so much though. Like you're that young, like
Bro,
Yeah, it's
billions
it's
of
millions
dollars
lessons
are
to
being
learn
made.
from NIL,
They
bro.
can give him a couple mil, bro. But it has to be organized, I think.
It has to be a cap on money that the school can pay you. I think there has to be more rules. If anything, I don't really care about NIL as much as I do the transfer portal.
Yeah.
But then
Like the transfer.
if you add a cap, wouldn't that not allow like smaller schools to even have a chance to get players at all?
But if you add a cap,
Because they might not be able to raise that amount of money for the school at all.
Say the cap is $20 million. The small school wasn't gonna have $20 million anyway. That doesn't really affect them.
Okay, I understand that.